It's come to my attention in this generation that I grew up in that a lot of people like to toss it around in people's faces that they either have something that you don't have, or they knew a band before you knew them, or they managed to make it to the bathroom and drop a cold one before you did. Or whatever. The list is endless. It goes on and on and on pretty much. So I thought it would just be interesting to make a video and throw it out there and to remind these people just particular things that people just don't give a flying about. Now, since this list could literally go on forever, so I'm just going to narrow it down to 5 things that nobody literally gives a flying F about. Number 5. Nobody gives a flying F whether or not you knew a band before they did. When I tell you that I just heard this really great song by this really awesome band, your reply shouldn't be,
well, duh, I mean, come on. I knew that band like long before that song came out. Like, why would you? Where have you been? Why?
Well, let me tell you something. I do not give a flying F whether or not you knew this band before I did. In fact, it enlightens me to know I knew you were an asshole before you knew you were an asshole. How does that make you feel, huh? Number 4. Nobody gives an F about your sex life. Contrary to other people's beliefs, nobody wants to sit and listen to you talk about penetration for hours. Trust me, there is no less interesting of a conversation than to hear you talk about how you had the urge to pee but overcame and prevailed while you just laid there and took the. Number 3. Nobody gives a flying F if you're more educated than them. There's people out there with learning disabilities and other issues such as being slightly slow, and I have actually seen people who know they're more educated than people who potentially didn't graduate high school try to purposely outdo them in something they know that somebody else is slow in, just to prove a point that they're smarter. I got some news for you. Are you ready? Nobody gives a flying. Number 2. I contemplated making this one number 1, but then I thought, no, I'll make this number 2 because this is something I pretty much had to listen to, for a while. I love, when people are able to lose weight and feel good about themselves, but nobody gives a flying F when you lose enormous amounts of weight and then tell your fat friend how miserable you were being fat, and then go on to tell them that you'll never go back to being that way. Did you lose your empathy when you lost all that, or did you just, That happened to me a couple times. And meanwhile, while they're going on about this, I'm just sitting there like,
it's fine, really, because I just lost like 10 pounds, loading, basically telling me how fat I am.
Number 1, I'm sorry, but out of everything from this list, this probably deserves to be number 1 the most. Nobody gives a flying F. This really awesome song comes on and you're saying there, like, yeah, I like this song. This is a great song. This is a great song. And then they have to go and say,
this is totally my song to my ex.
We're wondering what the hell is relative and why are you making this really cute and adorable song about your toxic ass relationships. I've had so many songs ruined for me. Now that's just a few of them and some things that really grind my gears. And on that note, if you want, you can leave a comment below and tell me some things that you really just don't give a flying F about, and who knows, maybe I'll make this into a series because I could go on and on and on about things nobody gives a flying about. And who knows, maybe yours will make the list if I decide to carry this on and make a series out of it. Post that. And if you want, you can go to the description bar below there somewhere, and you will find a link for my Twitter, you will find a link for my Tumblr, and you can go follow me there. And if you want, you can hit the subscribe button and get more of these videos in the future. Hopefully better, because I just started. And I'm some really extra ass because I have no idea what I'm doing. So I roll. Yeah.